All right, well, welcome back to the Career Transitions Podcast. I'm Joaquin. I'm here with
Gavin?
and today we have two new guests for y'all. Do you guys mind just introducing yourselves and your major?
Sure. I'm Garrison Marsh. I'm a multimedia journalism major.
And I'm Garrett Kirksey. I am also a multimedia journalism major.
So, how were the last few years for you guys here at Oklahoma State?
They've been good for me. A lot of good experience. Getting ready for my career.
Yeah, I agree with Garrison. It's been a lot of fun. I have enjoyed it. It's just been overall a good experience, and it's prepared me well for the careers that I'm going into.
So, what kind of things did you guys get involved in while you guys were here at OSU?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. I guess I was an intern for brand management over at Whitehurst. So they hired me on as a still photographer, and then after a while, I started working on the video side, and I started producing content for them for Inside OSU.
Very cool.
So, this question isn't going to make very much sense, but how did that prepare you for where you are now?
I can say, although I wasn't really involved with the Ocali or anything like that, I think that the classes that we were in definitely kept us busy enough and gave us enough to do to get the experience that we needed without having to do outside things, although I'm sure that helped. Garrett can attest to that. But I think of field production and advanced reporting and those kind of classes that we were crazy busy with, but I think it was a trial by fire, and we learned a lot in those classes.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, my internship is definitely. I just came from an interview, not like an interview, but I talked with someone that I had worked with through my internship on the videography side for OSU, and they talked about me applying for a job that's opening in a couple weeks. So I'm definitely seeing the effects of not only the experience that I've got from that internship, but also the effects of getting out and making connections has made.
So, what would you guys say you've learned the most in college?
Do you have something to say?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I've learned how to use a video camera. I did not know how to do that before. It's definitely helped, and I will say I've learned a lot more from my internship than I have from a lot of the college course, but that's just because in my internship I have a lot more hands-on experience. There's not set assignments you have to do. It's just you're constantly working with that equipment. So, granted, I wouldn't have known how to work the equipment if I didn't have college. So, it's just a stepping stone, really.
Yeah, I would say that a big thing that I've learned that's helped me is the interviewing process, like interviewing people, and then especially editing interviews. I noticed since I got my internship, now I'm working for a music studio, and we're interviewing a lot of musicians, and I've had comments from the guy that I work with that I edit an interview really well, and I was like, well, that's 90% of what I've ever done in school was editing interviews. So I think that that's an important skill that not a lot of people get when you're learning video production, not from a journalism perspective.
And is there anything you guys would maybe do differently?
I would have taken capstone a year sooner.
I second that. I also maybe would have not taken field production and advanced reporting at the same time. I think I would have gotten more out of both classes if I took them separately.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah.
I'll give a real answer since we probably can't use the capstone one. I definitely wish I would have paid more attention during the COVID classes. That was just a hard time, I think, for everybody. And I definitely regret looking back on it now, not putting in as much effort as I have been or had been previously. So yeah, I think that's my biggest mistake.
What would you guys say is your plan for after college, and what are your long-term goals?
I'd like to go into video production, so that's always kind of what I've been pursuing. I don't know exactly where I want to go in that. It's a pretty wide range of things that you can do with that. So yeah, I'm pretty open to whatever kind of job I get initially, and then just seeing where my career goes from that.
Yeah. I long term, I want to come back and teach uh, video and photo, like multimedia, at a high school level. That's the end goal. But right now, um, I just want to soak as much knowledge up as I can, um, in those fields before I go out and I feel qualified to teach it back to people.
All right, and this is kind of our last question for you guys, but what advice, if any, would you have for like other students, like for incoming freshmen or sophomores or juniors in our major?
There you
Yeah, sure. If you've got something.
go. Put your best foot forward. Like, you'll hear this so much. You get out of these classes what you put in. Um, put in 110%. Even if you just don't like the assignment, make it the best possible thing you can do. Because one, it helps you get better, but two, it also gives your portfolio fantastic stuff to work with, um, and you're gonna just keep getting better. So you could make your favorite piece your freshman year, but you make your best piece senior year. Like, favorite and best don't need to also go hand in hand. Like, we made the boulders. I think that's by far
The Boulders Project
the Boulders
on
Project.
YouTube. Watch it.
The
Oh
Boulders
God.
Project on YouTube. Um, yeah, we made that, and I think that can be qualified as my best and favorite um, thing that I've ever worked on, at this university. So, you get in what you put out of it. Put your best foot forward. Don't slack off. Take all in-person classes. Don't do online anything. I know it's nice to be in bed, but please, you'll get way more out of the classes if you actually go in.
I'd say my piece of advice would be do as much as you can outside of class too, because you're not going to get everything that you need just out of the classes here. It's great and you get a lot of the information, but actually putting it into practice, like try to get an internship as soon as you can. And I did some freelance video work that I learned more from than anything that I did here at school. And going off what Garrett said, just really working hard on what you do here. And again, I think about the Boulders Project. I worked harder on that than
On
I've
YouTube.
on YouTube. Watch it now. I worked harder on that documentary than I've worked on probably anything else, and all the experience that I had from previous work led up to that. And I think it's something that we're really proud of and we think is really good. So
You should totally watch it. It's on YouTube.
you should watch it on YouTube now. See where Tom McCann is.
See what's up.
Dude, yeah, that Boulders project, that's like a purgatory in my mind, just hearing that Mr. Hoffman, narrating that over and over again.
Oh
that,
yeah.
that was in um, Andrew's class and Hoffman's class, like the first thing you work on, right? Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So when you guys did like when you say the Boulders Project, was it through that? But it sounds like you guys did more than that. Maybe I'm just forgetting that. Like what was the Boulders Project for you guys?
So the Boulders Project, we're referring to a documentary that we just made called The Boulders Project. It's a documentary that tells the story of the Boulders footage and where it came from and how it got to where it is and what does Tom McCann think of him being a celebrity here in Oklahoma for 20 years while not knowing it.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. I thought you guys were talking about just like the getting to know Final Cut assignment.
Clearly, our marketing department didn't do a good enough job on that one.
Yeah. But no, it's
Follow us on Instagram, watch it on YouTube.
absolutely. But yeah, it's just like you talked about. It's the first thing you learn to edit with. Like, it impacts every student that comes through. So we thought, hey, let's see if we can find this guy and
Did
see
we
what he
find him?
thinks.
Did we
You'll
go see him? Did we? I don't know. You got to watch it to find out.
You'll have to go see on YouTube. The Boulders Project.
Yep. Well, I'll have to check that out. So that means you guys are production track, right?
Yeah.
I am, yeah. Yeah.
That's chill, honestly. I know Gavin was saying he was the writing track, but he was telling me about the production track, like his other classmates and like how they had to create a documentary and stuff. I was like, man, that sounds cool, honestly.
That's a
It's
lot of
pretty
fun.
cool. Yeah, it was a great opportunity for that class.
That's like some hands-on experience too, I feel like.
Absolutely.
And my favorite thing about that class was just that you had like complete creative freedom to just like, here's an entire semester to just make what you want to make, and in our case, money to make what we wanted to make. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So when I don't want to give away too much for those who haven't seen it, like myself, but did you guys actually like go to Scottsdale, or like how did you secure that
I
footage?
think we can say that.
We can-
Yeah,
yeah,
we
it's-
went to the Boulders. I
Okay.
think we
Yeah,
can
we
say
went-
that.
We went to the Boulders. Nice people there.
Very
Yeah.
nice people.
That's fun
One nice person in particular. You can guess who that is.
stuff. Man, well,
Brandon, right?
I'm gonna have to check
Right.
that out, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
so
YouTube. The
what-
Boulders Project.
The Boulder
It's just
Project on
called-
YouTube.
It's just called the Boulders Project.
The Boulders
Yeah.
Project. Yeah.
We took a really long time to come up with that name, surprisingly.
It was.
It-
I think we had finished editing and we needed like the final title card, and then we came up with it.
we were trying to come up with some like creative name, and it literally, I was sitting there and I was like, what about the Boulders Project? And I think for a second you were like, no, I thought about that, like it wouldn't work. And then you were like, oh, the Boulders Project, I like that. And I was like,
I was
yeah,
like,
dude,
have
it's
we
the
really
name
not
of
already
the,
talked
it's
about
the
that?
name of the file we use.
Man, that speaks volumes, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just when you hear the Boulders, everyone in this major knows what that means.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Even like I'm a strat call major, so I barely had to work on that, but I immediately knew what you were talking about.
Yeah.
honestly.
See, that's
I know it's a big part of this school.
it's the magic of the Boulders.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know if you guys have anything else you guys would like to add, but if not, we can go ahead and try to wrap it up.
I'm good.
That's pretty much it. Shout out Sam Weem, also worked on the Boulders with us.
That's right.
Couldn't be here today, unfortunately, but good guy.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
Good opinions on food too.
Well, shout out Sam then.
He's pescatarian, but
Doesn't
don't hold him
practice
to
it.
that.
Uh-oh, pescatarian.
A pescatarian that loves Mexican food.
Yeah. Well, we thank you guys for coming on to the show and stuff. We know it's kind of like last minute and stuff, but it was honestly a really good discussion. We enjoy interviewing other people, seeing what they got to say, things they got involved in, what they learned from it. So we just appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you all
Yeah,
for
we
having us
appreciate
on.
Yeah,
it, guys.
thanks for having us.
Yeah, and be sure to check out the Boulders Project on YouTube.
Hey, check out this podcast too. Watch all the episodes. Listen to all the episodes.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. All right. Well, we'll catch you guys in the next episode.